Y'all, it's Turkey coming to you from West by God, Monroe, Louisiana woods. Yes, sir. Anyway, I posted something today. I said, feeling helpless. And a lot of people kept giving me prayers, and I appreciate them. Trust me, I need all the prayer I can get. But I posted that not because I was feeling helpless as far as in life in general or so forth. I posted that because I was sitting at work and I was waiting on material to do the job. So I was sitting there twiddling my thumbs, feeling, helpless, like I didn't have nothing to do, because I didn't. But anyhow, that's not my thought. My thought today comes from a friend of mine here on Facebook. He asked me to do it the other day. And anyway, things happened. I got reported. I'm still on Facebook, y'all. They can't keep old Turkey down, I'll tell you what. Anyhow, he asked me about do a thought of what I would think, about these kids bringing guns to school. Now, back when I was going to school, the last thing we thought about bringing to school was a gun. But then again, where I was raised, we knew where, what guns were used for. We were taught gun safety and hunting and how to clean that weapon and how to maintain it. And, one thing I was taught was, when you point that gun at something and you pull the trigger, you can't take it back. Whatever you pointed it at is pretty much wounded or dead. And I found out that firsthand in the military. Anyhow, my thought on kids bringing guns to school is I believe they have not been taught. Their parents were irresponsible. Now, in the case of up in Connecticut, of all them first graders, now that was a tragedy. That man had a mental problem. He killed his mother. He stole weapons that were legally registered to her, and went to that school and pretty much, anyway, it was a sad story. But that was a rallying call for all these hypocrites on guns. Do I believe in background checks? Yes, I do. And I believe that, everybody should have a background check. If you're a felon, you shouldn't, that's the law. If you're a felon, you can't have a gun. But my thoughts on these children bringing guns to school is charge the parents, not the child. The child is only doing what he's taught. See, humans learn off repetition. Okay, the more you do something, the more you learn it. Okay? And I've been messing with guns my whole life. You give me a 30-30, 12 gauge, 7mm 08, 1911 45, 38, 22, 10 gauge, you name it. M16, M4, AK-47 assault rifle, SKS. It don't matter. I can break it down. I can clean it. I can put it together. I can shoot it. But I was taught that over and over and over again. I pretty much do it blindfolded now. But humans learn off repetition. You learn that in school. You got math all the way, from first grade all the way to 12th. Math changes as far as, algebra and geometry and so forth. But addition, subtraction, multiplication, and all, it don't change. You got to do it, with this Common Core, it's changed. Man, I've seen some of that stuff. I tell you what, I wouldn't pass school nowadays. But I believe the parents should be charged with the crime, as well as the child. The child should have, have to have some ramifications for what he did. But I think that the parents should be also charged. I read somewhere one day, it was a while back, this 3-year-old shot his 1.5-year-old and killed him. The gun was unsecure, loaded, sitting in the corner of the house. Parents weren't watching the child. The child got a hold of the weapon, pulled the trigger, and shot his little brother in the head and killed him. That is not that child's fault. That's the parents' fault for being irresponsible gun owners. Now, here's the thing about all this gun control and all these gun laws and so forth that they're trying to do. Criminals do not follow the law, people. That's why they're called criminals. Hell, I can go buy a damn 38 on the street for $50. I don't need to go to a gun shop and get a background check to buy a weapon. Most crimes in the United States, gun violence crimes, are not committed by 1, sane people, and 2, responsible people, and 3, by military-style weapons. It is a small caliber. I tell you what, y'all, try to buy a box of 22 somewhere. See where you come up with. And that's a whole nother story right there, because I'm going to tell you something. Government buying all that ammo up. Look, it's like the old saying goes. Nobody feared a gun if it wasn't for the bullet. Well, they getting rid of the bullet, so your gun's obsolete. I mean, it's hard to find a box of 22s. Why? Because they are the bullets committing the crimes. It's not. Look, if I got a 1911 45 and I put a military-style pistol grip on it, it is now illegal in some states. A grip. But as far as these kids bringing guns to school, it's because of their upbringing, people. That's all it is. Them kids were never taught gun safety. They were never taught how to clean that gun. They weren't never taught the right way to use that weapon. And they get all mad because they got bullied and all that. And that's another thing, bullying. Look, people, I'm 5'4". I'm 160 pounds. I'm 42 years old. When I was in high school, I weighed a buck nothing. I was 5'2", 5'3". I got bullied my whole life. I have heard every short joke there is. But I found one way to deal with a bully. And that's to throw down. Now, you might get your ass whooped. But if you throw down every time he bullies you, after a while, he's going to be like, look, I ain't messing with that. He going to fight me every time. That boy ain't going to give up. No, what these kids do, they get involved in these games, these video games, and they get off in this make-believe world, and they figure if they can get a gun and go in there, they can, go in there and do their Call of Duty. Well, let me tell you something. Call of Duty ain't got nothing to look. I've seen that game. That ain't got that. That ain't how it is, people. I've been there. I've seen it. That ain't how it is. It's realistic, yes, but it kind of messes up the mind a little bit because what you see and what you perceive, you start to believe. as reality. And these kids are so far off in the background universe, they think it's real. So they go and they try to act it out. But I put the total blame on the parents. Anyhow, that's Turkey's thought for today. Y'all be good, be safe, and as always, peace. Turkey loves you. You come back and hear me, yeah?